welcome again in Al Shifaa Online TV. We have our lovely teacher here, Madam Zilani, who will take us through the primary religion education. Hope you enjoy and you stay tuned.
Good morning once again. We are back. We are back again another week. I hope all of you are good. Today I'm going to take through my little babies some little topic just for 10-15 minutes, and then we'll embark to the upper primary for an interesting topic. So for the little babies, this is for grade 1. We are going to go through months of Islamic calendar. So, we all know that we have 12 months, the January, February till the December. So, for us Muslims, we also have the Islamic calendar, and there are 12. So we have 12 months. So I know you all must be wondering, these 12 months are which one? So the first one, we have Muharram. So Muharram is our first Islamic month. I want all of you to write with me. Then after writing the Muharram, I want you to pick your favorite color, and I want you to shade it inside. I hope you're all following what I'm doing. I don't have a color with me, so you have colors at home. If not pencil colors, use your crayons or your paints, and I want you to paint inside these letters, and make sure you color inside carefully, and make sure you do not color outside the letter. So if the parent is around the kid, make sure your kid has written the word correctly, and he or she is coloring the letters inside the letters. So our first Islamic month is Muharram. Now we are going to go to our second. Our second month is Safar. And then I want you to color this, the word Safar, you color inside. So our first Islamic month is Muharram, and then Safar, and then the third one is I don't have enough space, I want you to follow what I have been doing. Just write them in not capital, just follow these letters so that you have enough space for coloring. And I'm going to write them for you, and then for the parents or the guardian or whoever is around the kid, make sure he follows the same instruction that I've ordered them to do so that they get enough space for coloring the letters inside. So our first Islamic month is Muharram, and then we have Safar, we have Rabiul Awwal, Rabiul Thani, so we have Muharram, Safar, Rabiul Awwal, Rabiul Thani, Jamadul Ula, Jamadul Thani. Um, So these are the 12 Islamic months. We have Muharram, Safar, Rabiul Awwal, Rabiul Thani, Jamadul Ula, Jamadul Thani, Rajab, Sha'ban, Ramadan, Shawwal, Dhul Qa'dah, and Dhul Hijjah. So for this, our lesson for today, we only need to know the Islamic months. And for the exercise, I need you to write these words the way I have written, all the 12 words, and then you color them inside. And then we are going to sing a little song for this month. So the song goes Muharram, Safar, Rabiul Awwal, Rabiul Thani, Jamadul Ula, Jamadul Thani. These are the months of Islam. Sorry. Okay, and sorry, I just missed the rhythm. So for the class ones, the IRE lesson for today, this is the activity you need to do, and then we are going to embark or turn to class 8 topic. So for the class 8, today we have an interesting topic, and this topic is about a muhtadar. As we all know, our Prophet tells us in the hadith that we should live in this world as if we're just passing by. So Allah is also telling us in the Quran that kulli nafsin da'iqatul maut, every soul shall taste death. So who is this Amuqtadar? I know you all must be wondering this new word. So this is someone who shows signs that he or she is about to die. So a muqtadar, this is someone who shows signs that he or she is about to die. Like I have begun that everybody shall die. So this a muqtadar, not everybody is able to see these signs. And when somebody dies, or when we die, we don't die without a reason. We die, maybe you were sick, maybe you had a stomach upset, it was too rampant for you, and then you ended up being taken to the hospital, and then the doctor declared that you have died. Maybe we die in an accident, maybe some of us commit suicide, some of us died because we have been killed by somebody. So if somebody has to die, he or she has to die with a reasons. We don't die without a reason. So Allah has planned everything since the day, let's say, Allah has decided He's going to bring you into this beautiful, wonderful world. Allah has already planned when you're going to be given birth, how are you going to live, when will you die, what will happen to you. Everything Allah has written for us. So this Amuqtadar is somebody who shows signs that he or she is about to die. So for some of us, for those elderly people, maybe we are able to see these signs of somebody who is about to die. So you, that person who is near this Muqtadar, what are you supposed to do? One, make sure that person is facing Qibla. And then two, we should talk good things. We talk good things about that person. We should talk good things about that person. Maybe you should remind him. Maybe, do you remember you used to do lots of sadaqah? Do you remember that one time we went and we helped somebody? Do you remember that time we went and did so and so? So make sure you talk good things about that person. Remind him what he did. And then the third thing, we should encourage the person to say the kalima. The kalima or the shahada. I hope you remember in our first lesson we had discussed the first pillar of Islam, and this shahada, it is the first pillar of Islam. We said it has two parts, so we should encourage that person to say the kalima as many times as possible. If that person is unable to speak, we should say it for that person, so that that person can keep on hearing these good, wonderful words. The fourth thing, we should keep away those people who have hate, janaba, and nifas, and also pictures. Because at that time the angels are there. So these angels, they do not like these things. So these pictures, which pictures? Pictures that they have they possess a soul inside of it, maybe your pictures or animal pictures. So we should remove them because these angels, they do not like such things. Some of you may are wondering which angels. We all know that Israel is in charge of removing our soul. And then us as human beings, we have the Raqib and the Atid. They are always with us, recording our good and the bad deeds. And then we have the Hafadha. These are the angels who protect us. Maybe you are about to get an accident, then accidentally, or you just pushed yourself backwards, and then a car just passed across you, and it was almost knocking you, but you were not knocked down by the car. So these are the angels that we have around us. So these angels around us, whenever we say good things or we remind you about good, these angels, they're also praying for you. Israel is in charge of removing our soul. So at that time, he is performing his duty. So these are some of the things that we are supposed to do for somebody who shows signs that he or she is about to die. So now this person, we already have seen the signs. Now after a few minutes, maybe the doctor walks in and tells us this person has passed away. So for you, the Muslim, whenever we hear about news of a dead person, we should say, Inna lillah wa inna ilayhi raji'un. To Allah we belong and to Him we shall return. So what are we supposed to do to this person who has just died? Things to be done to a dead person. For instance, this person was sick, so he was admitted in the hospital. So the doctor is going to declare that person, he or she, has died at what time, so that we are able to access the certificate of death later on for the usage of the kids or the family, so that they can use these certificates because we no longer exist. So if this person has died, so what are we supposed to do? The first thing, we're supposed to close the eyes and mouth. So the first thing, if that person is declared to be dead, or maybe the doctor is not close by to you, but you have just noticed that the person, the heart is no longer beating, that person is no longer breathing, so we declare that person to be dead, but we cannot be sure until we call a doctor to come and clarify that that person has really passed away. So the first thing we are going to do is close the eyes and the mouth, and then strengthen maybe if this person was folding his arms, so we should straighten them, all the body parts, the hands, maybe the legs, we should straighten them. Because if we do not do that, if this arm was in this position and it was left like that, so it's going to remain like that. And then number 3, we should cover the body with a sheet. You cover the whole body from the head to the toes. And then the 4th one, you place a stone on the stomach. Place a stone on the stomach, not a big stone, just a variable stone on the stomach, so that it does not swell to become big, because you know, if it becomes big, this stomach, it's going to burst, and that will not be good for the dead person. And then the 5th one, after calling, the doctor has to come and clarify So this person or this dead person has some few rights. So we are going to perform some of the rights of a dead person. But before we go to those rights, we have haram things that we are not allowed to do. One, we are not supposed to cry loudly. We normally see these at our homes. Maybe if you're told our fathers, our mothers, relatives have passed away, we normally cry so loud. So it is haram to cry loudly. Rather, it is halal. You can cry. Crying is not bad because you are expressing your feelings. Because everybody has a heart. This heart experiences happiness, sadness. So we have different ways of expressing ourselves. So Allah has told us crying is allowed because you are expressing that anger, that loneliness that you have in your heart. But how do we cry? You're not supposed to cry loudly. Just cry silently a little bit and thank God, and that is enough. And then the second one, we are not supposed to talk undesirable things about the dead person. This is something common with us, talk undesirable things about the dead person. We have received the news that somebody has passed away. So we all assemble to that person's home. Then what do we do when we reach there? We don't talk good things about that person. For an instance, maybe if she was a prostitute, so everybody is going to say, do you know she was a prostitute? Rather than speaking the good things that she did, they always talk about the bad things that she used to do. So that is haram. Allah is telling us, no, because we don't know ourselves, we don't know if we are going to paradise or hellfire. Only Allah knows. And during the day of judgment, that's the day we are going to be given our books, and that's the day we are going to know where we truly belong. So maybe you can judge this person and say this is a bad person, she never used to be good, and talk a lot of bad stuff, blah blah, instead of saying, oh, she was a prostitute, but she used to help people. Why do you have to say that she was a prostitute? So we have to talk, maybe if a person was a thief, we say, do you know this person was a thief? Thank God this person has died. So that is bad manners. We're not supposed to talk ill things or undesirable stuff about that dead person. Remember, for the person who is talking this undesirable, you're earning sins. Remember, we have the two angels that are the Raqib and Atid. They're always recording our deeds. So for all the bad things that you'll be talking, He is recording them. So in the day of Qiyamah, Allah is going to tell you, on this day, at this time, this specific place, you talked bad things about somebody. And if you're going to deny, Allah is going to show you like a TV and say, look at yourself. Is this you talking? And if it reaches at that point, you don't have a way to escape because that is you who is being seen there. So the third things we should not tear or break garments. Those are our clothes. To tear off our clothes just as we are being sad, it is haram. Because from the start, we all know that we are not going to live in this world forever. Allah has brought us in this world for a purpose, and the purpose is to worship Him and do the good things. And then Allah is telling us we shall too return back to Him because He has brought us and we are still going to go back to Him. So tearing, breaking things, breaking utensils, that is not allowed. It is haram. And then the fourth thing is cursing or saying undesirable words. So what are these undesirable words? You say, why Allah have you taken him away from us? Start blaming God or saying words that you should not be saying. You say, why have you taken my child away from me? Because Allah tells us, if He has taken somebody away from you, that means He loves that person more than you do. So, cursings, you say, why have you gone away? Why have you left me alone? Allah has not left you alone. You have other people behind you. Maybe if your mother has been taken away from you, Allah will bless you with more mothers. We know a woman does not become a mother by giving birth. Maybe she just cares for you. She shows you love. She can also be your mother. So stop using these undesirable words, cursing words during that time because it is haram. And then the last thing is feasting or staying at the place. Staying at the burial for days. So this person has died. We are going to see people feasting, or they are going to stay at that bereaved family for a very long time, maybe for 7 days. That is haram. Allah has not told us to do this. Though we normally do it at our homes, you have to stay for that person in 3 days, 7 days. So my question is, if you stay there for 7 days, 3 days, are you going to bring back this dead person? No. Rather, you're going to add expenses, more expenses to this family that they have just lost somebody. So they have to feed themselves, they have to feed you. Rather, in Islam, we are told, rather than the family feasting and feeding you, or you staying at the place, the neighbors around that place, or the family that has lost somebody, the neighbors are rather supposed to take food for them, because at that time maybe they're not able to concentrate well, maybe they're not going to work, they're not even in the mood of doing anything. So we as good neighbors, we should take for them food. Maybe just for a few days as they get back on their feet. And then the last one is music. So putting on music or listening to music as a way of enjoyment or relaxing, that is haram. So for Muslims, you're not supposed to listen to music on that day or as a way of relaxing yourself. Rather than listening to music, we should be reading the Holy Quran. So if you read this Holy Quran, Allah says He cleanses our hearts. He makes our hearts to be pure. Maybe if we have something bad, He is going to remove it. Maybe if you have away so much pain, Allah tells us when you read the Quran, He relieves your heart. He removes that burden from you. So it is haram listening to music. So our subtopic is rights of a disease. This person has died. So this person has some rights. One, we have the ghusl. This is washing. Number two, we have the shrouding. Number three, we have the prayer. And then the last one we have so this disease has 4 rights. The first one is ghusl, and then the second one is shrouding, it's also known as kafan, and then we have prayer, that is the salah, and then we have the fan, that is the burial. So we're going to start with the first one, the ghusl. It also means washing. So this person has died. How do we wash this person? One, we are going to remove the clothes that disease was wearing. If that person died at home, we are going to remove the clothes, and then put a sheet on top of him. So the second one, we are going to use warm water. And we are going and scent it so that it has a nice smell. We can use like the rose water. And then now this person, now the muqtada, we are going to put him in a private place or a place that not everybody can access. So we are going to put him in an exclusive room. And then this room, who is allowed? We are going to use the close relative or family members. So if a husband has died, the wife can be the first person washing this husband, and if the husband has died, the wife can wash the husband. And then while washing, we use the same sex. When I say the same sex, I mean if the person who has died is a lady, we are going to look for women so male will be washed with male, and then female with female. But as I have started saying, if a husband dies, a wife can wash the husband because they are connected legally through marriage. So they have seen everything about each other. So if a man dies, he's supposed to be washed with the fellow men, a lady is supposed to be washed with the same sex, I mean the other females. So when we are washing this person, who are these people who are allowed to wash this person? So one, this person should be sane or mature. Two, this person should be knowledgeable. And then these three, the person should be, this one means the same as balance. This person should be trustworthy. When I say this, what do I mean? Because if somebody dies, we died in various situations. We are going to have different things in that room. Maybe some of us will be smelling, depending with the deeds. Maybe some of us will have died while smiling. So whatever this person is going to see, she's going to leave it in that room and not come out and give other people information of what had happened inside. So while washing, we start from the head to the toes on the right side. It is farad to wash once, but it is sunnah to wash thrice, following our Prophet's footsteps. So while washing, we wash this person 3 times, and then in the washing, we should bend this muqtada so that we can remove the biological waste. The biological waste in his or her tummy for whatever food maybe she had eaten last night or the previous day. So when we squeeze it, this biological waste is going to be removed. And that is how we wash this dead person. The second one, and our lesson for today ends here. So when we come back, we are going to discuss into further more details the last 3 sections that have remained. I hope you enjoyed the lesson. And for the parents, I encourage you to take your kids, or whenever you have battles at our home, expose them so that they can learn more and see what is happening. Because if you do not teach them, a time will come, we have kids and the elderly people are not available. So this young kid of yours, what is he or she going to do if you are the person who has died that day? Have a nice weekdays. Thank you.
What an amazing lesson from her today. Don't forget that this is for you and all those who've learned today. May you have a lovely progressing in your education. I am Dalila Hamza, and remember, you're watching Al Shifaa Online TV. Like and subscribe for more benefits. Have a lovely day.